Your boss at
Oh.
recruitment and you're going alone. You've got your LinkedIn account
Hello.
and your mobile
Hello.
phone. You've got the candidates playing hard to get. With I'll call you next week or a no, not yet. So much time of going to and fro. You got another offer or salary's too low. Hours of searching and hours of stress. Come on candidates, just gig it a rest.
He's back.
Well, yeah.
Did you miss me?
Welcome back, mate. Did I miss you?
Turn on.
I didn't even realise you were gone, to be fair, mate. We had a flying week.
Really? Mind you, I was only gone for 4 working days.
Right. Yeah, no.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a nice time?
I did. Yeah, it was good, mate. It was good. I came back and I was quite knackered. I was just shattered though. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, I spoke to you Monday, I think.
holidays, I
You
think you're
said.
supposed to come back refreshed and that. But I was, don't know if it's like travelling takes it out of you or... I had one late night. When I say late night, 1 o'clock.
Right.
So I said that to my sister the other day and she was like, oh, that's really late. So it's for me.
Yeah. I saw your
Nowadays.
sister yesterday and I got to bed at 11 and I felt like that was late.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, school night as well. Yeah, no, it was good.
Was it?
Good, yeah, good. Good few days.
Did your parking work out all right? I know that you
Oh, yeah.
shuffle your parking.
Yeah, it worked out fine, yeah.
Yeah. Flew into Perugia. Was it Perugia?
Yeah, Perugia.
Perugia.
Yeah, it's good. Got a little hire car, little Fiat.
Yeah. Did it get you all in?
No, we had 2.
You had 2 little Fiats.
So we had 2 cars, but then I opted to like put myself down as one of the drivers.
Right.
So that me and Lou had our own car, basically.
Right, okay. Yeah, she sent me a little video of you in the car listening to the pod.
Yeah, on the way back.
You
yeah.
look so miserable. I was like, he
I
could have
was-
shown a bit of enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
were
was
tired
concentra-
already.
I was tired. I was at like 6:30 in the morning.
That's not
That
too
was-
early.
No, but I like went to bed at...
One.
I was knackered.
Right,
I was
okay.
knackered anyway, so yeah, no, it was good. Little Fiat.
Highlights?
Highlights. So yeah, I got a couple of things.
Have you? He's come prepared.
Yeah, so we did highlights. Before I went, I said we were going wine tasting. So we did wine tasting. I'd never done that before.
Have you not?
No,
Never
never.
wine tasted?
And it was obviously I like red
Oh,
wine,
what?
and it was specifically a red wine tasting.
Right.
Which actually, I was a bit like, it would have been nice to try some whites because I don't drink white that often.
Right.
But yeah, it was good. It ended up being like our own private tour
Yeah.
because no one else had booked on.
Nice. Did you get to go around the winery as well?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, into the cellar, like where
Well,
they've
like
got
where-
all the barrels and
Where the grapes are and stuff?
where they're growing them.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
vines?
So yeah, the
Oh,
vines.
you're fucking cultured now, my friend.
So yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Really picturesque. And the do you know what made the wine tasting is the food was unreal. I have to try and dig out a picture. Like all this
Of
like
course, you'd be the guy to go to the wine tasting and go, do you know what made it? The food.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a glowing review for the...
Yeah, no, the wine was lovely, but then they like brought out food and like they said, oh, this will go well with this, and
What food did they bring out?
like it was like small like mixed platters kind of thing.
Right. Cheeses?
With some cold meats and some cheese and some Why are you looking at me?
Nah, because I've got
Yeah.
a story similar. I'm just...
So
Did you buy any of the wine?
no.
You didn't? Oh, usually buy a bottle.
Yeah, I went to, but we'd already bought some wine anyway, so I wasn't too fussed.
Right.
But-
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I don't know
What,
what it is
buying the
about
wine after?
the wine tasting, just like the thing.
Oh, the wine, yeah.
Yeah, like when I was living in Oz, there's a place called Hunter Valley. I
Right,
think it's
okay.
Hunter Valley, and it's just a wine region,
Really?
and you can go up there for the day,
Mm.
and there's like, because it's a region, there's 10, 15 different wineries all within like walking distance from each other, so you can just like bar crawl from winery to winery.
Wow.
And it was amazing. So it was with one of my ex-girlfriends at the time, and me and her went for the day, And some of these wineries you went into were like super pretentious.
Right, okay.
And the guy there would be like really snotty. And he'd be like, "Oh, like what's your experience with wine?" I'm like, "Fucking Blossom Hill, mate. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want from me?" White Lightning down at the fucking park is my experience with alcohol type vibe. And he was like, "Oh, well, our members are usually on a standing order and they order 6 crates a month or whatever." And you're just like, right. So there's a few of it like that. And then we found one like on a hill that was run by the woman's name was Adele. I can't remember the bloke's name. And it was beautiful. Like, we just sat out there, same thing. They were bringing the wines out. They were like, "This chocolate pairs really well with this.
Yeah.
This one pairs really well with this." They took us down to the wines, and we just sat there all afternoon with this couple, ultimately.
Really?
And just chatting with them, yeah. It was awesome.
Nice.
So I love that vibe. And then when my auntie and my family came out, I said to them when we were there first time, I said, "Oh, my parents are coming back out." And they were like, "Bring them and we'll do like a special wine tasting down in this cellar thing." And it was on my auntie's birthday, and they did this special tasting where they took us down into the cellar.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So, yeah, I like that vibe.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It was really fascinating, the stuff they were saying about the wine. Don't ask me to repeat it.
Yeah, what were they telling you about the wine?
But the how they have like the different like reserves and the different size barrels for the different like oaky flavours and all that malarkey.
Yeah.
I do think it's like the wine tasting is a little bit. Like, for the rest of the holiday, every time, like, Stu had a red, he'd be like, "I'm getting Tabasco." Or tobacco, not Tabasco. Tobacco.
Tabasco. Getting Frank's hot sauce coming through.
Oh, it's an elegant number with, I'm getting...
It's like a Marmite taste.
Yeah.
Was he taking the piss, or was he being serious?
It was a bit of take the piss, and then like, the last red we had, he was like, "I'm getting tobacco. I'm actually getting tobacco." It was nice. It's funny how you do the wine tasting. I'll be like, "Oh, I like that one. It's really easy to drink." And then as you go along, like everyone liked the fourth one.
Mm.
But the fourth one was the most expensive. But so I
Yeah.
think like, some of them were just saying that because it was the most expensive.
But did you know that? You knew that. You knew that before you tasted it.
Maybe, yeah. I can't remember. She didn't say.
Sometimes you do.
She didn't say. I think someone saw it on the sign. But yeah, I like the second one.
So what were you staying in when you were out there?
Airbnb.
Right, okay. Just like a villa.
A villa, yeah, really nice. Own pool. Yeah, it's lovely. It was ping pong table. So yeah, the other thing I was going to say. So like, we did a bit of like looking around the cities, and we went to Lake Trasimeno and went to Montecastro Peleno or something,
yeah.
which is where they shot a bit of the Twilight film.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, so there's Twilight and New Moon,
Right.
where who's the main character in?
I'm honestly, I'm not your guy for Twilight. I just put it in with Lord of the Rings.
One
and
of the
Harry
guys,
Potter. Sits over
Robert
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
I know the actor. Sorry.
That's what I meant.
I thought you meant the character.
Yeah,
name.
It's when Robert
Robert
Pattinson's
Pattinson.
like about to sacrifice himself because he thinks Bella, I think, is
Beza.
is dead or something.
Right.
So it's in that scene. So that was cool. We had a coffee there in the morning. Guess who we bumped into?
You had a coffee. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this. It's a football manager, isn't
Steve
it?
Bruce.
Steve Bruce.
Yeah, how funny is that?
Did you actually bump into him?
Yeah, he sat down next to us. We ended up leaving and be like, because there's more of his group come.
Right.
But, we weren't like, "Oh, can we get a picture?" Because when it's like, actually he's on holiday. And he's just like, I actually come out of the toilet, but Stu said he looked at him and he just looked back and went, and then it was like, "Yeah, that's enough." Like, it's like, it was like
yeah.
it is him. He's like, it was like the little nod of confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah,
though.
it was funny though. It just sat at this coffee shop at 11 in the morning in this little town. And Steve Bruce just like sits down with his entourage.
What, he had a entourage?
Just like family and friends.
Oh, right, not like a...
Yeah, no.
I thought you meant like...
Nah. Excuse me, come through.
yeah.
Get out.
That's what I thought you meant. Like Floyd Money Mayweather type vibe, like surrounded by an entourage.
So that's good. But yeah, we had a pool, right? So I don't know if this is... I don't know if this is like a lads thing or it's like... Or if your mates do it, but... we like constantly making up games.
Right. Okay.
It's like children can't sit still by a pool.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
all our lads' holidays previously, we play a game called Heads, which is basically like you have a goal at the side of the pool and you're only allowed to header it in.
Right.
You have to throw it up and like header it.
Header in.
Like we always play that when we go away.
Right,
like we're really simple lads, basically.
Yeah.
All we need is a ball.
Yeah.
But we were just
Where's the goal
for the
then?
whole?
What's
Just a couple of shoes, a couple of jumpers.
Okay. So how are you getting that? So someone's throwing it into you, are they?
Yeah, but there's rules. It's a bit like heads and volleys. You remember playing heads and volleys?
Yeah.
It's the same rules, but it's just heads. So if you go wide, you go in goal. If you get 3 lives, if you lose them, you then get back slaps or bum slap. You have to get out you have to like put yourself up on the side of the pool and get your ass out. Like, yeah, we still do that.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 30.
Did you get any arse slaps?
Yeah.
Did you?
But we just made up games.
Are
like
the girls
that.
watching you while you're doing it?
Yeah. Oh, they're loving it.
Bit of arse slaps.
Just games like that. We had a game. We got a sunbed, put it up the other side of the pool, and then the other lads would go. One would go in goal. The other lads, and they'd have to like skim it into the goal.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We called that one skim ball.
Right. Creative. Do you sit down as a collective and decide how
it's only an official game? Like we start playing and we like make the rules as we go, and then we're like, right, this is the game now. And it
right, like, skim ball.
There was random rules around that.
Skimble.
Skimble was fun actually.
Yeah.
Skimble that became the dominant game. We were
Skimble
like,
feels like it's
this is the game.
Skimble feels.
You'd
like
also
it's a
be in
smaller
goal
ball.
down. Yeah,
Skimble a smaller ball.
Yeah, little pink one like this.
Like heads feels like a bigger ball. To me.
Yeah.
Skimble feels like a small little. Like
the goalkeeper was also down in the deep end as well, which made it hard. So
that is very hard. Can you touch the floor in the deep end?
Yeah, you can. It was like this.
Right. Okay.
Which was fun. Then that was called Skimble.
I can so see your.
We had another game called 2 Bouncing In.
2 Bouncing In.
Yeah.
Okay, no, go on. Well, I'm guessing there's got to be 2 bouncing. What? Not on the water. This is
so one would be in the water holding this thing out, which is basically the goal, like a net.
Yeah.
And then 2 would sit on the edge of sunbeds where the girls were sunbathing.
Yeah.
And you had to bounce the ball twice on the land and then land it in the.
Okay.
That was called 2 Bouncing In.
2 Bouncing In. Yeah.
We're very simple.
Very solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should start marketing them. You guys could be like, those weirdos that are at the hotel that try and get you to play games. Those people. When you go on holiday and you've got like the reps. Like that could be you 3.
Yeah.
Anyone for a game of Skimble?
Yeah.
2 Bouncing In. No, you're right.
Who wants to play? Skimble. Did you ever used to do that?
No. But like...
You fucking shot me down there. Did you ever used to do that? Who wants to play Stuck in the Mud? You used to walk around.
Wants to play
Stuck in and then you used to go around the playground. We're talking about primary school again. Let's move on.
But I can see you guys being like, at a resort, being like, yeah, do you want to play a game of Skimble? And the geezer being like, no, mate, I'm 35 with 2 kids. Go away.
There you go. No, mate, I'm 27. I'm like...
I'm 27. I've grown out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's just something fun about.
No, there is. I also like the image of like the girls doing very girly things and you lads just running around.
Yeah. Mind you, when we watched the England game back in the villa, and I think they actually created their own game.
What, the girls?
Yeah. But then we were like, what's it called? And they were like, oh, we don't know. And we're like, oh, it's not a game then.
Yeah, of course. It has to have a name. First rule.
I think they were like, it involves a net and a ball. And I was like, oh, ball net. That's how it works. It's got to be off the tongue.
And people then know what they're signing up for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if the game's called Pinch Nads, you probably don't want to play.
I'll pass.
I'll pass on Pinch Nads. I'll stick with Skimble.
Oh dear.
I also like the fact that you're doing both there, right? You're being very cultured and sophisticated with wine tasting. Wine tasting during the day, Skimble in the evening, or the other way around.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was
lads
a bit
that play Skimble shouldn't do wine tasting.
No.
That's where I guess I'm going.
But even when we went to like the towns and stuff, I felt like me and Lucy were only the real ones that wanted to like go and explore. Everything else just seemed revolved around food.
Right. Okay.
It was like, where are we eating?
Right. Okay.
So we went to that place that I said with Steve Bruce. and it was hot, and we had to walk up a hill to
Uh-huh.
get us. All these towns were on little hills,
Right. Okay.
so we walked quite high up. It was lovely, and then I was like, me being me, I need to get stuff, need to do like get a bit of activity in, like get a bit of like movement in
Right.
before I can sit around and eat. And,
Okay. So you need to run a marathon.
So I
before
googled, and there was like this like church that looked like really nice. So I was like, guys, I'm gonna, I've seen this thing online. I'm gonna go wander and see this church, but
Yeah.
it's like downhill again. And then so I'll come back up and meet you for lunch unless you want to come. And they were like, oh no, we'll come. And I was like, well, you sure it's downhill, 100 meters down or whatever?
Yeah.
And yeah. So I'm coming. It did feel a bit like, when you take kids somewhere and they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll listen to this, so sorry guys if you are, but do you know what I mean? I was quite happy just to take myself off and go and do that bit on my own, but they wanted to come, and then it was just,
we needed
this is quite a bit down. It's like we got to the church and they kind of just sat on the wall,
watching you
look around the church,
look at the church,
take some pictures and stuff, and then I'll be like, oh man, I'm done now. I'll walk back, and then they stood up and came back with me, and then just moaned about the climb. I was like, it's like funny this.
I could have left you basically.
Yeah. So
where was that in actual Perugia? What was that?
No, we were. That was the Monte Castellino.
Oh, Monte Castellino.
Yeah,
oh, nice.
I'd have to Google the name. So it's nice, but yeah, lovely food out there. One night was quite funny. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but we'd gone to bed.
Right.
Me and Lucy had gone to bed.
Right.
And
why did you do quotation
halfway
marks?
through of going to bed,
right?
Doors knocking.
Right.
Sturge, come here, Sturge. I'm like, oh my god! So I'm a bit flustered. I was like, what's that? It's like, there's a scorpion. So I'm like, oh my god. Is this Harry as well? Yeah.
Oh, that's got it.
He's not caught me at the best time. So I'm like, I'm coming. Don't come in. Like,
you're basically halfway through the Naked Man.
yeah.
Operation Naked Man.
Yeah.
And then so I'm a bit flustered. He's caught you with your pants at your ankles for a scorpion.
So then I had to go and I had to go pick up a scorpion out of his bathroom.
Right.
Because he couldn't sleep with it in the bathroom.
What time is this?
11 or something.
I love how he's come to you. To be fair, I do similar things, so I can't get too loud. But I love how he's like, I know who will solve this. Sturge.
Yeah, so I just went and picked it up and put it outside.
And then
then went back to sleep.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Do you know what, mate? Like, I don't know if this is too much detail, but were you still excited when you were?
No, I quite quickly became not
excited.
Not excited.
I've got this image of you being fully excited, dealing with a scorpion.
Although the next day Harry was like, I don't know what I think he was like, Sturge picked up a scorpion last night. He comes to my room swinging or something.
He had a rod on when he came in. God, you're excited to see this scorpion, mate. That's a bit weird.
Anyway.
Each to their own.
Anyway, back to this being a recruitment podcast.
Welcome back to the Recruitment Industries.
The other thing,
podcast.
I played the best golf course I've ever played in my life.
Oh, really?
It was amazing.
I saw you doing a drive on Insta.
Yeah, I'll show you some pictures, but just like it was this golf course. We're driven about 50 minutes. I don't know where. It's kind of like these little mountains, like golf course.
Yeah.
We didn't have a buggy. We had like the trolleys, which made it quite hard. But and I played quite well. Like I played.
You had a trolley.
Like you put your bag on a trolley and you wheel the trolley. You put your bag on wheels, basically.
Okay.
We didn't get a golf buggy, but I quite like that because it made you like appreciate it more. I think.
Nice.
That was really good. I shot quite high, but it was like I'd say I played quite well, considering I'd not played much golf. And rented clubs as well. Although, mind you, I think the rented clubs are better than my actual clubs.
I was going to say they're probably some of the courses. There's a chance in there.
Yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
It's I saw your video and it made me smile because there's a video you put on TikTok, I think, and basically I was like, one of the touches of you getting in a relationship with Lucy is it's like you've got a personal photographer, because all the clips, I was like, he's not taking any of these. She's done all of these clips.
Yeah. Apart from the golf one.
Apart from the golf one, which one of the lads would have done. I was like, she's basically followed him around for the week, and he's got this fantastic montage of his time in Italy.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like we've rented.
Well, we did. So do you know what? I'm actually getting better at being like, I'll get
I've
one of
noticed
you.
you're getting better. You're switching on to the content massively.
Yeah.
I know that because you said to me, have you seen my latest TikTok? It's got this many likes.
Yeah, mate, I'm famous, mate. The other thing,
I'm famous.
the other thing,
My hairdresser
is
said that to me this
that
week.
I think is funny.
Yeah.
The lads on holiday caught on with is I'll be like, Lucy, you videoing? Like, you know, like a kid's like,
Yeah,
Lucy, videoing. So then the lads for the rest of the holiday be like, oh, you videoing? Oh, Lucy, you videoing? You videoing?
That's very
Lucy, get this. Like, she'll just be looking at a text about, Lucy, you videoing?
That's very
Funny.
that's good banter, to be fair.
Yeah.
There wasn't any skimble, I noticed. Now that you've told us about all these games.
There isn't a video.
Oh, is there?
There is a video of me saving it.
That wasn't skimble, was
It
it?
is skimble. There's one of me, them just throwing a ball and I do a big dive.
That's the one I'm in.
And there's one when I'm at the back of the pool in
And
front of the
you're-
goal
and you're
and I do a dive and I save it.
Right.
You have to rewatch it now and you'll be
yeah.
like, yep, skimble.
Skimble. I'll have to rewatch it and see it.
Trust me, honestly, after this, you watch how many people go away and play skimble.
Do you reckon we'll get messaged about it?
No.
Talk
What?
about getting messaged about stuff. Someone messaged me about the slogans. I forgot to tell you. You know, you said about the slogans.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry,
Yeah,
carry on.
we'll go on to that.
Skimble. Well,
And
maybe you should have copyrighted it, mate.
Yeah, well, can I do that on here? No.
Do you reckon is there a certain type of ball? Do you reckon you could make a actual?
Skimble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bet you probably
maybe.
could.
Put a seam on it and everything. No,
Put
that'd be
what on it?
a seam on it. That'd be hard.
A seam.
Cricket ball. That's a
Oh,
seam.
right.
Yeah.
I thought
You
you
can't
said
throw a cricket ball.
I thought you said something else. Seam. No, I don't know. It was,
Yeah,
I was thinking about you and the scorpion.
She's got that in the back of your mind.
I think that's the highlight for me. You having to do.
Yeah, well, I think
Mid-sex
that
rescue.
is everything other than just like
Do you
good
know what,
food.
mate? For you, that's quite a good
Yeah.
summary.
Yeah.
Usually, you just come back and say, "Yeah, it was nice." So, like,
Yeah,
I'm
I've done it right there. 22 minutes of.
Andy's
So-
holiday. That was
How have you coped without me? You
Yeah.
said we had a good week.
all right. Yeah, I
I
had.
feel like you've done better without me.
Well, yeah, lots happened, mate. I had a quiet weekend,
Mm.
which was nice. So obviously you went off, and I had a quiet weekend. I worked because I was basically this customization sprint, which we can talk about. This customization sprint has taken us forever, so I did some work on that Saturday and Sunday. But it was like the last 4 weekends before, I've been at home for a 30th, then to my dad's, then we had a barbecue at ours, then we had the big cycle and the Southend United game. So it's like been full on. So it's quite nice to just not go anywhere. Caught up with my grandma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is my grandma that lives down south on her own.
Yep.
She's isolated.
Yep.
She's not favoured by any of the family, which is her own kind of doing. But I caught up with her, and she. And do you know that sometimes I have a tendency to like get obsessed with a certain thing?
No,
Oh, right. Okay.
didn't notice that.
We're going to take that approach, are we? But yeah,
Yes.
I sometimes get obsessed with something, and then I like think it over and over and over again,
Right.
and like I think I know where I get that from.
Right, is that her?
This grandma,
Right.
because she does it. I noticed it this weekend, and I'll tell you what she was obsessed about. But she's done it before. I'll give you an example. Her car, right? Her car. She's not driven it for ages. I've always said to her, "Do you want us to get it out of the garage?" No, it's fine. It's fine where it is. It's not causing any harm. I'm like, pointless it being there. Probably get some money for it. And then when she decides that she wants to get rid of the car,
Once it gone.
that's the obsession.
Right, okay.
Everything is like, we need to get rid of the car. It's like, well, that's sat there for fucking 5 years and you've not wanted to move it. Now we have to move it. She also did it with her bed sheets. She wanted to get rid of her bed sheets to Monkey World, right? So it's like, okay, we've got to sort these bed sheets out for Monkey World. When I was on the phone to her this week, it was sending saws to the Ukraine.
Saws?
To help the war effort.
What are they going to do with saw?
I don't know what Zelensky's going to do when he's expecting mass weapons from NATO, and they turn up with my grandma's saws, and here you are, mate. Cut a bit of wood with that. Honestly, mate, you couldn't write it. I was like, I was on the phone to her and she was like, yeah, I've been thinking, I've got all your granddad's tools in the garage. He's got some great saws. They could be really useful for the Ukraine. I'm like, are you for real? I was
Putin's
like,
trembling.
What?
Putin's
Yeah,
trembling.
Putin's shitting himself because Pat from Widworthy Drive has sent over a couple of saws to the Ukraine.
They're going to nuke Broadstone.
Putin's quaking in his boots. But I was like, Gran, how are you going to get him? She was like, oh, there's a guy in Broadstone. He does runs. I'm like, what? There's a geezer. Yeah, apparently he comes round, picks stuff up, runs it to the Ukraine. I don't know what he's got. Minibus, maybe.
That's so funny.
It's wild. But the whole conversation, I was kind of like, part of me is like, maybe she's just getting old and stuff. I mean, she's in her 90s now.
Yeah.
So part of me is like, maybe it's just like her starting to lose it a little bit. So I didn't like dig into it, but she kept bringing it up about sending these saws to the Ukraine. I was like, Gran, I'll text Zelensky and see what he's saying, but I reckon he's all right without your saws.
That's so
But
funny.
it's funny that gets in her mind.
Yeah, that is
Where's that
random.
come from?
That's so random.
That
What
she's
are they
like,
going to do with a saw?
Saw, I'm going to send it to the Ukraine.
You'll
What?
hear it. A couple of weeks, Ukraine lost the war because they couldn't cut a couple of trees down.
Well, she was saying it was to do with electricity. Oh, they don't have electricity. So they
Uh,
could probably use a couple of
so,
saws.
to be fair, like, if she's seen something where they need saws, fair play. But it just seems like
So that'd be the next obsession. So I'll report back to you in a couple of weeks on how we've got on of getting saws over to the Ukraine. You'll see me. You'll see me on Find My Friends.
sure it wasn't her saying she's got some saws.
No, 100%.
I've got a saw on the
Oh,
back of my
what
leg.
Got some saws in awkward places. You'll see me on Find My Friends in a couple of weeks. What's Luke doing on the way to her?
Yeah,
He's going across Georgia. He's going through Poland. Don't mind me. So yeah, that I had on my list of things to talk to you about, because when I was doing two things at once. So whenever I chat to my gran, it's like an hour and a half's worth of conversation.
And what's what about the slogan stuff then? So what's the verdict on the
Warburton listened to the pod,
yeah?
and he sent me some slogans. He was like, he'd been listening. I thought he dropped off listening actually, because he'd been quiet for a while, but he's piped up again. So maybe he took a bit of time off and he's come back to it. He sent me a voice note this morning, so he's right at the top. He said, oh, fucking hell, how much does he message me? Do you know what? This is funny as well. He sent me a photo of that. He's going on the
1% Club.
Yeah.
That's jokes.
Yeah, he's going on the TV show. He loves doing weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
He just texts me. He's like, I'm on this next week. Right.
Oh, he's actually on it.
Yeah. The 1% Club. So
What episode?
your
will he be
filming
on?
date is Saturday the 21st of June at midday. He's got to go to the Doc
It's
Studios.
on a Saturday. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Where do they film it?
In Salford, Manchester.
Oh,
So he's going to have
nice.
to go back up north. He's moved down south.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he's down in Southampton now. Made him.
Was it actually?
He's followed his heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
I go to Southampton a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, because my
Oh,
parents.
of course. Yeah. Well, watch out. If you hear, yeah, mate.
Yeah, right, mate.
He's
Is that-
whinier than that. So he said, the first thing he said was the CRM that helps small agencies grow mighty.
Interesting. Mighty, yeah. I like it.
Do you? I wasn't sure.
I don't know about the word mighty, but
Yeah. I wasn't sold. But then he said underneath that you're the CRM equivalent of an acorn. Don't know if I want to be referenced as an acorn. That terminology's
I
been,
like the theory behind it.
where mighty oaks are made, is what he said.
Nice.
Yeah, from my acorn, here comes a mighty oak. And then he said, I've got a better one than that. Sowing the seed within the world of recruitment. There's a saying on. And then he finished
He's
off.
got loads.
He finished off with Jimbo the recruiter loves us for a reason.
Nice.
So he said,
Imagine that as our main slogan.
Jimbo the recruiter loves us for a reason. Yeah. So there you go. And if any of those take your fancy, let me know.
Nice.
I sent you one midweek that I can't remember what I said.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Simple. It was
Affordable.
simple, affordable.
I think it started with affordable.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it because somebody messaged me that. Somebody messaged me that this week, and I was like, actually, that could be a good slogan for us.
Yeah.
To be fair, That wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we've had a good week. I think we had 30 subs in 11 days.
Wow.
The first 11 days of June, 30
So,
subs.
but we're not on for the McRunny.
No, we missed one. Missed the first Saturday or Sunday.
Right, okay. I did think that was
and then
the
we
case.
missed yesterday, so we've missed 2 days so far this month.
Okay.
So the McRunny's done. But yeah, we had 11 subs in 30 subs in 11 days, which for us is really good going because yeah, there was months last year where we didn't even get 30 in a month.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
So it goes
it's mad how you grow.
So like it is one of those moments where you look and go, yeah, that's moved in the right direction, which is nice. I've done a load of work on the candidate source stuff now, so that's gonna start going.
Yep, as in like email and video.
No, yeah, well, it will start going. I've written a blog.
Nice.
It's stage 1, which I sent to Michelle, and she sent back something like, "Oh wow, like you've bigged us up massively. Even I would want to use us," because I put the blog together and spoke about them in it.
Yeah.
I sent it to them and was like, "What do you think of this?" For anyone that doesn't know Candidate Source, they're basically like a job board distributor, is what I called them. Because they're not an aggregator, but they've got relationships with 132 different job boards. They buy job slots in bulk, and then they distribute those to kind of SME recruitment agencies, I would say, typically with discounts, and they basically help you to access the job boards at a more affordable price, and they take a lot of the work off your hands. We've partnered with them, so there's now an integration inside of our system that allows you to send jobs straight to them to be distributed to the job boards. So I've started putting a blog together, which is also a vlog, which needs to be finished. I've got so much content that I need to finish.
Nice.
And then that will become an email, and that will then also go in the email journey as well, I think.
Nice.
So
flying.
Yeah, that's been good.
That's a good integration, that one.
It will be good, yeah. And you know, like I was speaking to a recruiter this week who is you'll know her because you've spoken to her before. She's the lady that is holding out until her maternity.
Yep.
And she was talking about starting her agency and job boards, and she was talking about total jobs. And I said, look at this, because where you're a new business, that will save you a shitload of money. So she was like, thumbs up. So
nice.
So that was cool.
She's a recommendation from James Warburton.
She is a recommendation from the Mighty Oak, where
Oak.
small acorns start. And yeah, so that will all be going, and customization is going to go live on Monday. So by the time you're listening to this, it will be well out.
And truly out.
It has been one of the biggest pains in the arse ever.
Really, yeah. I think we've touched on it because it involved a lot of changing like the foundation of what we'd already done, right?
Yeah, it fucks up everything basically, and you don't realise that until you get into it. Like, I'll give you an example of one of the challenges. Oh, I solved this one as well. I was proper chuffed with myself. Yeah. I'll explain how. But so we have the stats on the dashboard that calculate your average time from, say, sending a CV to completing a hire.
Yep.
But now the new process allows you to drop a candidate in anywhere. So it's like, well, if you just drop them straight in an interview, we're not collecting the timestamp at sending the CV to calculate that time period. So it just fucks up all of the stats. Yep. So you're like, oh, bollocks.
What was the solution?
Well, Samwise was like, it's really hard for me to say, well, ignore this data if they're coming in at a later stage. Ignore this data input. And I was like, well, do you have to ignore it? Or can you not just say, if it's dropped in at this stage, assume it's already been through this stage? So don't ignore it, but say, if dropped in at here, it must have been here already. It must have already been through here.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's really clever. I was like, thank you.
So what would the send date be if they moved to...
So it doesn't calculate the time, but it will calculate the percentage.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So the percentages of like...
I was thinking the time. Yeah, nice.
Sorry. So basically the ratios were fucked because it was like, you've got 200% success on interviews. It's like, how can you have 200%? It was
like, doing well.
Yeah, it's actually because you're just chucking everyone in an interview.
Yeah, nice.
Your ratios are off. But then what he said was, well, what we'll do is if the date is less than a day, we'll discalculate it. Nice. The stats. So that will then do the time period, but it will only calculate the time periods that have gone through correctly, basically.
Yeah, okay.
So, but that's going to be huge. And then we're on to tagging next week, which I'm looking forward to because I think it'll be quicker.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that will be that will be a big step in the right direction. And then next week we've got a huge week out.
We've got the team.
I'm excited.
I don't know when this episode will come out, but we've got the team.
This will be the week after team.
Cool.
This will come out the week after team.
And this will be, what is this? What's it called? It's just the
service providers meeting, I call it.
meeting. Yeah. Okay.
But it's when all the different service providers get together.
Yeah.
So we're going up to Coventry for that. That's going to be like a day thing. And then we're staying in the afternoon for the recruiter meeting. The recruiters join in the afternoon.
Right, okay.
So we're there
But
with
they
the service.
flipped it. Last time it was the other way around. Last time we were in the afternoon.
Correct.
Nice.
So we're in the morning.
Yep.
And then the recruiters are joining in the afternoon. And we are in on that. And then they're doing a curry club, which apparently is a record attendance curry club.
Yeah, it's like 40 people, I think, at the moment.
Big curry club. But we can't, we're not going to that.
Yeah.
Because it's my old man's birthday, so we're going to go and see him. And then on the Thursday, we're podding. The pod is going on the road.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah, but I'm actually buzzing.
It'll be.
We're going to a farm.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to. We're taking the pod on the road. It is going to be a guest episode, and
good guest.
It'll be a good guest.
Are we announcing the guest or not yet? No, we'll keep it. We'll save it.
We'll save it. Yeah.
Someone came back to me on LinkedIn this week and then said, thank you, but I've just doing some outreach. They came back, said thank you, but I'm all sorted at the moment. But this guest had mentioned you. This guest had.
The farmyard guest.
Yeah.
Old MacDonald, we'll call him.
Yeah.
Old MacDonald had.
So I said, nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mr.
Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald.
Yeah, nice. Well, yeah, people.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we've got Will Smith coming on, but
He'll come on with his entourage.
his cows and his sheep.
Yeah.
But I am excited that we're taking it. I'm excited that we're taking it on the road, and I'm also excited. I also nervous of the whole setup because we're getting better, I think, with the setup. But then this is dealing with the outdoors, so A, it's not got to rain, and B, we've got to get it right. But I'm sure as long as the sun's behind us, we'll be fine. We shall be fine. Little 5 seconds break.
Yep. Go for it.
I pushed a post this morning that had scheduled yesterday because customization was supposed to go up today. So I scheduled a post last night that went live just before 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That said it's live. So he might have panicked and put it live. Because of my post.
That's not loading for me. You'll have to. Do you
want me to check on Slack?
It's also got 1% battery. This thing. Just running a check. I'm making sure pipeline were all okay. Yeah, I think he's pushed it.
Yeah, he's pushed it.
Someone's already done it. Sourced,
nice.
Pre-screen, booked, sent to client, telephone interview, face-to-face interview, hired.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah.
So customization is live.
Joanne's already on it.
Well done, Samwise. That's top work, mate. The other thing I was going to say as well, I got my barnet sorted this week, and the guy that cuts my hair has seen the pod.
Nice haircut, by the way.
Thank you. I sat down and he was like, I've seen your pod.
That's so funny.
Seen you on TikTok.
Well, TikTok, I think, sometimes spits it based on location, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I think it does.
So, yeah, it's quite good. He was complimentary. He does a lot of content online. He's got one of those, like when you sit in the chair, he's got one of those YouTube placards up because he must have thousands of,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's a creator online, and I think he's got 70,000-80,000 subs on TikTok or whatever.
Right, okay.
So he has some videos that pop and some but yeah, he was just saying genuinely, I think it's just nice what you're doing. It's just casual or whatever. But I thought that was interesting. And then mate, the other thing I was going to say to you, the other fucking door we've opened this week in our house is Married at First Sight. Have you ever done this?
Yeah. Which one are you?
Australia. We only go Australia.
Right. Yeah. No, I've watched one series, a UK one.
Right. Okay, mate. You need to get over Australia. It's weirdly addictive.
Really,
mate. I find myself talking at the telly, and I said to this, I was sat there the other day, I've got it on, and I'm like, I'm like rebuttaling with the telly. And then I sit there and like, what am I doing? Like, why am I was like, why am I so interested in this show? She was like, you really like it? I was like, no, it's a load of shit. But for some reason,
you get really invested in it.
I get really invested.
I did find that when I watched it, I got really like. Then I had to watch it all, like, of that series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well,
Would you go on it?
Huh?
Oh no, you
Would I go on it?
Yeah. Trouble is, you don't get married, do you?
No.
I guess you need to be pining for a relationship to go on it. So it doesn't really work.
They do. I think they're just there for the telly, loads of them.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, supposedly, yes, you're supposed to go on and like, you're supposed to be looking for love. But I feel like there's a lot that just want the limelight.
Of course.
Like
like with any of those
reality shows. Like there was on this series with the current one, I think it's over anyway, like we're behind, but this year's season there's two couples that knew each other. How wild is that?
Two couples?
Yeah, so they put the man and when the bloke turns round,
oh, sorry. The couple knew each other.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, how mad.
Surely they do a bit of like history check on them.
Well, no, because otherwise they'll be like, "Here's your bride," and they'll be like, "Oh no, yeah, I don't know her." They can't do the history check. Otherwise, they say it's not married at first sight. If they check first, do you know this person?
No, as in, I don't. How did they know each other?
They dated previously.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. I meant that like the show should do more of a background check to see who they've like previously dated and stuff. That's what I was thinking.
I wonder if there's data protection on that though. Because what if I've dated you and you? I don't know why I've said.
You could have picked anyone.
No,
and you picked me.
It's just because you're in front of me. But if I dated you and you're going on the show and I don't want my details to be, or like,
yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, these.
So,
are these.
And did it work? Did it?
Well, we're only a few episodes in. I'll let you know. But there's one couple that had dated each other before, and it had just kind of naturally they'd decided like, no, let's just leave it for now. So it ended on quite nice terms. So they've got a chance. But then there was another couple where he ghosted her, and she was like fuming about the fact he ghosted her. He was chuffed because he was like, oh, this is the universe bringing us back together. And she was like, nah, I'm out of here. Like, I know him, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she won't leave. She wants to telly too much.
Yeah.
She wants, because I
she
could
wants
tell.
to telly.
I was like, she wants to telly, this girl. And,
so that would be like me going on there and then turn around and Becky West is stood there. My year 6 girlfriend.
You're dumb, yeah. Oh,
Slaps
do you know
me.
what? I would love to watch you and Becky West on Married at First Sight. I'd get so much joy out of it. But yeah, and there's one geezer, right? Can't think of what his name is, but Elliot was his name, and he was very like traditional values, right? So he was very, I'm a man's man, and I want a stay-at-home wife that does the old traditional values, right? And you're listening to him pipe on, and he's mid-30s, so he's 35. He was basically like very egotistical and said, I've got this list of non-negotiables, right? This is all my list of non-negotiables. I've got very high standards. He was saying, I love that, like, I'm not ashamed that I've got high standards. I respect myself because I've got high standards. And he was like, this guy's a knob. But he was looking for this like nuclear wife, basically. Anyway, cuts to the next girl. She's exactly that. Like, they found this girl.
Really?
She was basically like, I think men are all pussies these days. I want a man's man that's going to look after me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be his wife, and I'm going to look after the house, and he's going to take the lead. And, you know, all the men today are soft and weak, and I want a proper man.
Fair
basically.
enough.
Yeah. Bang on the nose, right? So I'm thinking, this has got a chance, right? He's 35. She's 37. Right? He threw this whole thing away because he was like, one of my non-negotiables is they must be in their 20s. He wanted a 25-year-old, and he gave it 2 days and then left.
And just got so hung up on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems a shame, doesn't it?
Yeah. And do you know what? He went to the expert. So John, I fucking love John. He's one of the experts, right? You've got 3 experts on the panel. I don't know why.
He's well into this.
Yeah, I'm proper into this. So John's one of the experts, and Elliot goes back to confront John. So he leaves because he's like, nah. And he goes to sit in front of John to say, you guys are supposed to be the experts. That was on my non-negotiables. Why have you he's basically coming from the angle of, you fucked my chance because I was expecting you to deliver.
Yeah.
And John was basically like, well, do you not think that you're in a toxic cycle and that your values are flawed? And he was like, no, my values are flawed. He's like, well, you're 35, you've been dating 25-year-olds and it's not been working. He's like, well, that's just your opinion. He's like, no, mate, it's facts because you're single. Like, it's very clear.
Yeah.
And he was so like, and in the end, he was just like, well, I'm gone then. And he just left.
That's so funny.
But I felt so sorry for the girl because she didn't get a chance.
Yeah, well, you could argue she's got away with it because
She has.
he's an arsehole.
Yeah. And she said that she was like, she came back and was like,
So he's now just going to keep dating 25-year-olds and get older and older and older. What happens if he dates someone and they turn 26?
Don't know what happens. But
30.
he very much wanted a 25-year-old, and there was all this kind of criteria, and yeah, he was not willing to budge in any way, shape, or form.
That's so funny.
Yeah, because she was lovely, and you know what? This is the thing I said to Sarah. She looked fantastic, and on the wedding day, he didn't look at her and go, "She's old."
Really? Just
he didn't.
It was until someone said
it was until she said it.
Wow. So if she said she was 25,
yeah,
he'd gone through the whole process.
I think she was 37. I would say she looked 27, 28. She looked 10 years younger. She looked fantastic. And I was shocked when she said she's 37. He went through the whole day, didn't know, was chuffed to bits with the whole thing. Thought he's filling his boots.
Yeah.
They get on the honeymoon and they start talking and she says she's 37. Fucking the whole thing.
Don't like her.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He threw a massive paddy.
That's so bad.
Yeah. So there you go. Top dating advice.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for more of more maths conversation. But yeah, I'm
Recruitment's most informative podcast.
Recruitment's most informative podcast. But the funny thing is, I complain to, obviously Sarah listens to this anyway, so this is like, I make a big thing of like, oh, we're not putting this on again, because she hates it when I have the football on. So
Yeah.
I try and use maths, even though I secretly like it. I try and use it as I hate it. We have to watch this fucking maths thing. Then I get all my football on because I've compromised.
To watch a maths thing.
A math is Married at First Sight. So that's what they call it. Maths. It's
I
called
was like,
maths.
what are you watching now?
Carol Vorderman. Painting by numbers. Yeah, Married at First Sight, MAF. They call it maths for sure. So we watch maths, and I then play that out to be like, I've made this big sacrifice to watch maths, so I should get some football time. Oh dear.
That's funny.
Yeah. But I've literally, I don't think my plan had been, I think she'd seen through my plan, to be honest. But,
Yeah, I don't think you've, I think it's quite obvious.
And then I saw your sister yesterday. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
No, nice. Yeah, not really, no.
Fair enough.
Was she alright?
She was all right, mate. Yes. She made the effort she put into making me dinner. She was like, do you want to come round for dinner? I was expecting like, just, don't know, standard quick, quick and easy pasta, something like that.
What did you get?
Mate, she spent 2 hours.
Doing what?
I got there at 6:30. She didn't serve dinner until nearly 9 o'clock, quarter to 9.
What was she doing?
In the end, we waited for Matt.
Did you have a whole roast?
No, we had a salad. Chickpea salad.
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours it took her.
She cracks me up.
It looked incredible, though.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, oh, mate, she was doing all sorts. She had maple syrup out. She was putting stuff with nuts and frying the nuts, and she was squeezing lime juice. She made a sauce that went over the chickpeas.
You know what, I bet what's happened is she's gone to all this effort and she's hidden the bowl and then pulled out one that Matt made the day before.
Well, I watched, and she put all this like based on the chickpeas. The chickpeas went in the oven. She then did nuts, and then da. And then she was like, oh, and then I'll do a side. And I was like, oh, brilliant. She did side of salad. We had 2 salads. I was like,
well, it sounds more like a chickpea dish and then the salad.
well, she called it chickpea salad, and then she was like, I'm gonna then make a salad. And I was like, what are you doing 2 salads for? I was like, that's ridiculous. And to be fair, she outlogicked me. She was like, well, you'd go to a barbecue and you'd have sausage meats and burger meats. You'd have 2 types of meats, and this is 2 types of salads. And I was like, fuck. She's done me.
Yeah.
And do you know what? She made a comment. She was like, because usually you'd be like piping up. She was like, that's the first time I think I've ever silenced you.
Sit down.
Yeah, she's like, usually you'd be like, actually. So, yeah, we started a thing since she got married that we're going to see each other every month.
Nice.
And Well, we
First month?
we mucked it in month 2. To be fair,
Right.
we kind of. This has been 5 weeks or so. We missed out by like a week.
Right.
We didn't.
Yeah, that's fine.
She reached out to say like we got to do our monthly
She's been
catch up.
busy recently. I think she's been away a lot.
She's always busy. Yeah, she went away.
As in away, not busy, but away.
She went on a hen do in
Near where? Well, Florence. Yeah, and then Berlin.
and then Berlin. So yeah, Matt's had a nice cut. Oh, sad news though.
What?
Kevin.
Peterson. Yeah.
R.I.P.
That too, yeah. They
R.I.P.
scrapped their car
Yeah. So Kevin Peterson was the car that broke down
on the wedding day.
on the wedding day that they inherited from your gran.
Yeah, well, the battery was flat, yeah.
The battery was flat, but they inherited the car from your gran, and it's had a lot of sentimental value for them, hasn't it? And I got there, and she was like, sad news, and she just held this number plate up in front of me.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
KP. I was like, no.
They let her keep the number plate.
Yeah. She said she was crying as they took
Yeah.
it off. It sounded fucking traumatic, mate.
I know. But I think it was more the fact that it was Gran's.
Of course, there's the sentimental value behind the car.
Yeah.
But Becky was like, all we wanted to do was get her to the wedding, and then like she made it to the wedding, and now they were saying all the costs of having to fix it was
Yeah, it just
astronomical.
wasn't more than the car.
It was the suspension had gone, and it was just bad news all round. So, but her little face, you could tell it was almost like bottom lip out. It was the bottom lip was with. I was like, oh, quick, let's get back to making these.
She
two
said
salads.
in the family chat that she'd like gone, and you could feel that it wasn't. She weren't sure about it, but you know, we were all like, yeah, like I think it's the right decision.
It's like putting a cat down.
Yeah, bloody scrapping a car.
You did the right thing. It's the best thing for her. Like,
Yeah.
she can rest now.
Yeah. Car heaven.
It's a Ford Fiesta, mate. But yeah,
It's funny.
yeah. So, but I'll see it. And then we went and sat down. We went and sat down by the river.
Canal.
The canal.
Yeah.
We went and sat down by the canal, and she showed me the wedding photos, which was quite nice. There's some belters
Oh, you're
in there.
lucky. You've seen them.
Yeah.
You have to do well to see them.
I got a little demo.
I've not even seen them.
Have you not? Oh,
I've
mate,
seen a
there's-
couple.
Mate, there's some belters.
They're
in
being
there.
really protective over them.
Yeah. They said they're gonna do it over time, so I've seen it, and mate, there's some beautiful ones in there, like really special. There's so many nice ones. you know.
Really?
You're just flicking through.
Am I in any?
Mate, you're in fuck.
Oh, really?
I tell you what, I reckon the photographer fancied you because she's like followed you around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mate. There's
Well, it's probably partly because I was.
the brother.
Well, yeah. I think there was a couple of things. It was like these are the important people, so make sure they're in photos.
Yeah.
And also, I was doing a lot of orchestrating
Right.
of like.
Yeah.
I don't know where the photos are, but when I was outside, I was.
There's everywhere. Dance floor. There's you on the dance
Oh,
floor.
really?
There's you before. There's a lot of me before in the venue, like before we got to the venue. But actually, once we've got to the wedding, there's only a couple of me.
Really?
But there's lots of you, lots of your mum. Lots of your mum lots of your mum when the speeches are being done, because your mum must have just been, like your mum cracks up. At anything.
Yeah.
So the photographers must have just been like, Ali's an easy target. She's always laughed.
Yeah.
And you
That's
can tell,
funny.
Matt made the joke about the one tin of tuna.
Yeah.
You can see that photo.
Really?
Becky's like, this is that. And I was like, your mum is just like,
Really?
she's
Yeah.
got your dad and she's just like laughing her head off. It's beautiful.
I don't even think my parents have seen them yet.
They're good. They're very good. There's obviously some really nice ones of your dad walking Becky down the aisle. There's some fantastic ones from the speeches. She's obviously hung around and got some belters on the dance floor as well, of just like that, the faces on people and stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Really good. So yeah, it was cute. It was very cute. And then we sat there and then we had a little chat. Matt gave me a little pep talk about work. Bless him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a nice chat. I was just being honest with him about like how over the last couple of years it stressed me out, and he was like, "It's not." He's like, "You're carrying a lot of weight, basically." And he was like, "I think you should." Basically, just saying, "I think you should be easier on yourself, be tough on yourself." It's kind of, which was quite sweet. But it was quite like, I don't know. It was just quite like a genuine.
Yeah,
conversation.
he's good like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a genuine conversation with him, which I thought was actually really sweet. And then that's us up to speed. That is us up to speed. What are you doing this weekend? Is there anything happening this weekend?
No,
I
I'm quite chilled. I've got a bike. I'm trying to find a car at the moment. So.
Oh yeah, gonna happen? Is it? You think?
Yeah. Well, I need to go and have a look around. And
What are you thinking? Do you know? Have you got a?
I don't know.
Have you got a model or make in mind?
Yeah. I'm not sold on it though, but I was looking at Skodas.
Oh, it was Skoda.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you why you've gone there. I know exactly why you've gone
Why?
for the Skoda. They're the main sponsor of the Tour de France, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, gotta get a Skoda.
That's what all of the kit cars are Skodas.
I've got to get a Skoda. I got in trouble
Oh yeah.
this morning. This is
Coastal Breeze.
Coastal Breeze toilet bowl spray.
Right.
So apparently it's got bleach in it.
Did you use it as aftershave?
No, I've been using it as like an air freshener. I've been spraying it around the bathroom. Going, you're supposed to put it in the toilet before you go for a dump.
What's it bleached?
Well, luckily not nothing, but there's me like.
So how do you know? How have you been caught doing that?
She caught me spraying it. She's like, "What are you doing spraying it down the
Oh,
toilet?" And to be fair, it does say toilet bowl spray.
right.
So
You had a lemon one of those before, didn't you? I'll tell you what.
there's lemon one in one
There's
bathroom.
been a lot of product placement on the podcast in the last couple of weeks.
Product.
Yeah,
what's the
we
brand?
had what were they called last
What's our
week?
new sponsor?
We had
Lou Mist.
Lou
Lou Mist.
We had budget windscreens. They've had a big shout out.
Yeah.
Skoda just had a go, and we finished with Lou Mist.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get a Skoda, but
The other thing as well
I've
is
got it on my hand now.
the obviously we've just done 2 pods back to back, right?
Have we?
Yeah.
The tan might give it off.
Obviously, the episode people listened to last week, we've just recorded 10 minute before this one.
Yeah.
I feel so much more relaxed in this one.
Did you feel on edge with the one before?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think we could ever do like a staged show because I'd freak out too much.
Why?
Because I was living a lie. Did you not? Did you not feel that? I just wanted to ask you about your holiday and stuff, and I was like, can't talk to him.
It did feel weird.
And then in my head, I was like,
also trying to remember what we did the week before. It's like
in my head, I was like, you and me could never do like we'd struggle if we had to do a staged show. I think we just have to keep it bullshit and keep it like this because
it's a shame we didn't get one in last week because I think we were but like there was a real buzz
Around
of
the
the
shrimpers.
cycle and the
Yeah,
shrimpers and the
don't go on holiday then.
yeah. In hindsight, we should have.
Well, do you know what it was? It was my car that did it. 'Cause
Yeah.
my car
well,
wasn't road.
and I don't have a car. That's
we had car issues. That's what. But we've learnt a lesson there.
Logistically, and like I could have played golf this week. I could have gone to the TRN Golf Day, couldn't I? But then logistically,
no car.
it's a shitter at the moment because I don't have a car.
I could have dropped you, but anyway, nice. But yeah, I feel more relaxed with this one. So I hope you enjoyed this more than the last one.
Yeah.
That just made me laugh. Oh, right. Should we get on and do something?
Yeah.
Because we spent 2 hours chatting shit.
You're boss at recruitment and you're going alone. You've got your LinkedIn account and your mobile phone. You've got the candidates playing hard to get. Whether they'll call you next week or a no, not yet. So much time of going to and fro. You got another offer or salary's too low. Hours or searching and hours of stress. Come on candidates, just gig it a rest. Come on candidates, just jig it a rest.